Today I'm going to talk to you about bobbles. I use bobble stitches a lot in my patterns. I use them to create little toes or little bumps, and they make great for texture or suckers on tentacles. So I use them a lot, and I use a lot of different variations on bobbles. I write them slightly differently depending on what kind of shaping I need to achieve in a pattern. Because of that, I don't typically put the definition for the bobble in the glossary of my patterns. I usually put the definition for the bobble in the row that you'll be working on, because I don't want you to have to flip through to the beginning of the glossary just to find the definition of that particular bobble. And if that particular bobble is different than another bobble that I'm using in that pattern or other bobbles that I've used in other patterns, I want to be really specific and clear about exactly what kind of bobble I want you to work for that particular shape. But they all have something in common. A bobble is basically several stitches that are not fully completed, that are completed all together at the end. It draws them together and it makes a bump in the crochet work. That bump can sometimes be inserted into the crochet work when you would want it to bump outward, and you can use your fingers, your crochet work, a chopstick, a tool to poke it out in the direction that you want it to be. So I'm going to show you a couple of different bobbles here and give you some tips and tricks on working bobbles. They're not super hard. I hope you're not afraid to do this. So I'm going to work a bobble using 4 double crochet stitches. I don't typically specify that in the bobble crochet work. You should just know that when you're working a bobble, it is usually a stitch, like a half double crochet or a double crochet, several times over into the same stitch without completing those half double crochet or double crochet stitches. So for a double crochet type of bobble, I would say work the bobble as follows. So that would be yarn over, insert your hook into the next available stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's the start of a double crochet. If I yarned over and pulled through 2 more loops, that would be the end of a double crochet. But instead, I'm going to continue with my bobble. I'm stopping here because I want a mid-sized bobble. If I wanted the bobble to be a little bit bigger or a little bit taller, I might yarn over and have you pull that through 1 loop to create more space. But right now we're not doing that. So we're going to repeat that technique into the same stitch. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. That's the start of 2 double crochets into the same stitch. We're going to do that again and again for 2 more. So yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and again. So that's the start of 4 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the starting loop that was on the hook makes 5 loops that are on the hook. And now I'm going to complete the bobble by yarning over and pulling that through all 5 loops. And I'm going to pull that tight. So that cinches the bobble together and it makes this little bump here. Now I'm going to crochet a couple more stitches and then I'll show you another one. It is important as you create the bobble that you keep all of those stitches with even tension on your crochet hook. Right now, this loop that's on the crochet hook is as tight as you want any of the loops. I can freely move the hook through the loop. I could take the hook out. I could put it back in. I'm not making it tighter than that. I'm not cinching it real tight. That'll create a different tension of stitch. We want to keep it loose. I actually pulled that too tight while demonstrating pulling it tight. So I'm going to redo that single crochet. And now I'm going to work another double crochet bobble with 4 double crochet stitches, but I'm going to add that extra yarn over and pull through 1 loop to make that a little bit taller. So that's 1, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 1 loop. I'm going to do that 2 more times. 1 and 2. And then to complete the bobble, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. And then I'm going to pull that snug, which helps to arch it and make it a big bump. If it was bumped towards the inside of the work like this, that would be okay. We just need to fix it by pushing it out the right way. Sometimes that's harder to do when it's at the bottom of a foot and it's a tiny little toe, in which case you might want to take a tool like your crochet hook and push that out from the inside, or something similar, like I mentioned, the chopstick or a pliers or something that you can get in there and poke it out the way that you want it to work. And I'm going to work 3 more stitches, and then I'm going to demonstrate one more type of bobble to you. So you can see that this one is ever so slightly more bubbled out than this one, but they're almost the same. Now I'm going to work a bobble with 6 stitches in it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This one's the same as this first one, but this one just used 4. This one's using 6. So now I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. That's the 6 stitches that I made and the 1 loop that was already on the hook when I started. And that is another bobble. That one's nice and round, but that was a lot of loops to keep track of on the hook, so it's kind of full and overly firm. Now I'll show you an even taller bobble stitch. So I'm going to yarn over twice, insert into the next available stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and again into the same stitch. I'm going to do this 4 times. Oop, I only yarned over once there. It should be twice. And now I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops and cinch that, pull that tight, make sure it has that rounded shape, and then I'm going to single crochet 3 more. So you can see each of these bobbles is worked slightly differently. They do come out looking similar, but they are different. Some of them stick out a little further, some of them stick out a little less. They have a different profile, they'll wear differently. So for a toe, I might want it to be a little bit more rounded and sticking out like this one. For a tiny little nose or just some texture, I might want it to be a little less like this one. I write them differently in the pattern for a reason. I would recommend following the pattern exactly as written, but this is the technique throughout. So I hope that helps.